Hello and welcome to Daily Reflection with John Roger Anthony. Today is the 11th of February 2021. We will reflect upon the Gospel according to St. Mark, chapter 7, verses 24 to 30. From there he set out and went away to the region of Tyre. He entered a house and did not want anyone to know he was there. Yet he could not escape notice, but a woman whose little daughter had an unclean spirit immediately heard about him. And she came and bowed down at his feet. Now the woman was a Gentile of Syrophoenician origin. She begged him to cast the demon out of her daughter. He said to her, "Let the children be fed first, for it is not fair to take the children's food and throw it to the dogs." But she answered him, "Sir, even the dogs under the table eat the children's crumbs." Then he said to her, "For saying that, you may go. The demon has left your daughter." So she went home, found the child lying on the bed, and the demon gone. The word of the Lord. A Jew who is familiar with his scriptures would know well that the Gentile region called Tyre was the hometown of Jezebel, the enemy of prophet Elijah. It is the place which witnessed the anger of the prophets Ezekiel and Zechariah. Today's gospel is another example of how Jesus surprises his Jewish brethren by entering the region of Tyre, in spite of knowing its historical background. However, the element of surprise or unfamiliarity is only when you do not allow God's word to take deep root in your heart. If you do that, then in good time you will understand what God's word and his actions truly mean. Sometimes we might have to engage with people who might come across as intimidating or even rude or discouraging. In the same manner, at times when we hesitate to approach Jesus, knowing how sinful we are and how holy he is, we should follow the example of the Syrophoenician woman, who being a Gentile shows great courage by approaching Jesus, who is a Jew, and also manifests extraordinary faith by acknowledging Jesus as her Lord. As a parent, she did not allow her obvious apprehensions to forfeit the opportunity to provide something exceptional to her daughter, who was in a desperate and critical situation. The Lord knows our desperation, just as he knew that of this Gentile woman. But are we willing to let go of our pride or doubts and place ourselves at the Lord's feet like a dog at its master's feet? Or do we take God's love and his providence for granted with limited patience and conditional faith, even when our life seems falling apart? If not, then we have to engage with God in persistent prayer and do something with unrelenting faith so that we experience the fruit of God's favor upon us. My dear friends, even though Jesus spoke to the Syrophoenician woman in an intimidating manner, she responded with an astonishing words of faith, which brought about instant freedom to her daughter from the demon which possessed her. You too might be desperate for a blessing or a healing or for deliverance. Jesus need not always say or do something in order to grant you your request. At times it is what you say or do with persistence and faith, even against all odds, which will move the Lord to grant that miracle which you desperately desire in your life. God bless you.